Hello, influencers. How are we doing? Thanks for holding for. Thanks for being here. This is another edition that I'm not even excited about because of the situation on ground. I think from now on, I'll be putting timeline on my videos. So today is November 25, 2024. I want to, one regret I have today is that I did not record my conversations with people concerning Bishop T.D Jakes. I want to show you, I believe recording people on phone is unethical, so I don't do it, except if I'm interviewing you as a journalist. I'm an investigative journalist. I've said it a lot of time on this channel. That was what I did with The Guardian. Apart from analyzing business, government policies and all of that. So I don't record people except if I'm interviewing you, and that you will know that, okay, this is an interview, not that I'll be on the phone with you and I will record you. No. If not, you will have heard, if I knew that things would be turned to this, I will have recorded my conversation with Pauladefarasin. Yes, your pastor in Nigeria, who is the senior pastor of House on the Rock. My encounter, I said in a video sometimes back, this is Pauladefarasin. I said I would discuss my encounter with him at a later date. I'm going to put the video, link to that video here. I didn't even know that it would be this early, that my discussion with him would be this early. So last week when I discussed an interview of Tyler Perry I saw, I'm going to put the link here too. I said when it mentioned isolation, that was why I used that interview, and I said in the video that I recorded in front of his studio in Atlanta that they can be isolated to a point that things will go wrong. Yes, and that's exactly what happened concerning TD Jakes. So I'm going to be giving you a chronicle of how I've been wanting to see Bishop TD Jakes since December 2020. Yes, till up the last time I was in Dallas, I was in his church in Dallas, was November 6th on a Wednesday, in a bid to see him because of messages I have for him from the Almighty. I'm not the kind of person that will receive a message concerning someone and then I'll come on air and talk about it. This is not what my channel is for. Well, because of what happened, I'm going to show you a chronicle. I didn't record people, but I have exchange of emails since January 2021 till date. Let's go. I'm going to show you step by step. If I knew that things would get to this, I would have made recordings of my conversation since December 2020 to see this man. This church they use AC a lot, aircon. It's very cold there that you even have to cover your body. See how he's sweating. People said he has lost so much weight in recent times. Yes, definitely yes. My question to those who are shielding him, who put walls around him, is that were they able to shield him from this situation? Were they able to protect him from collapsing on the altar? Were they able to do anything to prevent that? I thank God he wasn't standing so that he will hit the ground when this happened. I thank God that he was seated. You see how he is. If to say he was standing with his frame and he fell, it would have been a different thing entirely. So when you work with this kind of people, and look at were they able to prevent that? This man is struggling to stay alert, but it's hard. Look at if I knew that to get to this, I would have recorded all my telephone conversations with the people around him. Look at, an ambulance came after this and took him away. Okay, people, this is where it started. This is the chronicle of my attempt to see Bishop T.D Jakes. This email was sent on January 7, 2021 to his official email address that I saw online. I don't know if you can see to read, but I will read it to you. Now, prior to this time, December of 2020, I flew from Maryland to Dallas to Potter's House, his church, Potter's House, in order at least if I will have to schedule an appointment and all of that. Prior to that time, I have written letters upon letters by post, mail, by post, and nothing, no responses and all of that. But these people are good at sending you letters, mailing letters to you, because I used to be a partner of Potter's House. Okay, so, and I wrote, "Good day. I have written 3 letters to the bishop in the last 5 months, and I'm yet to receive any response. The Lord has asked me that I go see him, but I don't know how." Yeah, I wanted to write how there. On December 26, I took a step of faith and came to Dallas with the hope that I will attend the Sunday service and will be able to see him, but the security at the entrance of the church would not let me in. I lodged at the Fairfield Hotel close to FWD, that's the airport. I came back to Maryland on Monday 28th. Please, can whoever see this help me inform the bishop of this move? God bless you. That was January 7, 2021. After I had gone to Dallas in December of 2020 in order to go give, at least schedule an appointment so that I can see him, to go deliver these messages for him. Let's move on. So after that first move, I kept sending letters, no response. And then on October 8, 2023, I was in the service and I tried to get, so that I was in Dallas hoping that at least I will see somebody. That was last year October, hoping I will see somebody at least to guide me, to schedule appointment and all of that. And I was given the email address and the number of Beverly Robinson that I showed you a photo the other time, previously. That's his executive assistant on what. So I came back to Maryland and I sent this email to her on October 10th, and I wrote 2023. "Good day, ma'am. My name is Itunu Ajayi from Maryland. I trust the Lord you are doing well. I was at the church last Sunday, October 8th, and I was given your contact. I have some messages from the Lord for the bishop, and the messages have lived with me in the last 3 years. Don't forget, since 2020, December, I've been going to Dallas to Potter's House in order to see Bishop T.D Jakes. And I wrote, in the last 3 years, and in order to deliver them to him, I came to Potter's House on 26 December 2021, making reference to my previous visit. But the security at the entrance refused me access because, according to him, the church was not fully opened. That was at the time the lockdown was gradually lifting. You remember COVID. So I got to the gate. The guy said, "Oh no, the church," but the church wasn't open officially, but Bishop usually go there to minister because I follow him. He usually go there to preach every Sunday. Now I said, then I came last Sunday with the hope of seeing the bishop, but the information desk told me I have to schedule an appointment with you so I could see him. Prior to my coming to Dallas in 2021, I wrote some letters to the church on this matter, but never got any response. I came this twice purposely for this. I have since returned to Maryland on Monday. Please, can you schedule me to see the bishop? The message are not the kind I could share on paper. They are very sensitive issues that concerns him and one other individual that is very close to him. God bless you as I wait for your response. Thank you. Best regards. That was what I wrote. Then let's move on. Then I got an automated response for this letter. Let me show you. Okay, this was the automated response to my email that I sent on the 10th. You know, immediately you send a message email. If the response is put on automation, it will just reply immediately. So this was what I got from the automated response, and it says, "Good day." That's from her desk now. Beverly Robinson, you saw her name there. "Good day. Your message is received. I'm out of the office on bereavement leave with limited access to emails. I will have my messages monitored and forwarded for assistance as required. I will return to the office and resume business hours by October 12th. That was 2023. Kind regards, Mrs. Beverly Robinson, Senior Executive Assistant, Executive Office of Bishop T.D Jakes. Those are titles. So this is what I got. Let's move on. So when I received that automated response, I responded to her this way. I said, this was October 17, 2023. I said, "Good morning, ma'am. I trust the Lord that you are doing well. I got the automated message on your days of absence from your desk. May the Lord grant the departed eternal rest. This is a follow-up to the previous email regarding my request to have a scheduled appointment with the bishop. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a message for someone very close to him, and the Lord has instructed I tell the bishop and also him too. This message has been with me for over 3 years. I have been at the church twice, but wasn't opportune to meet him. I live in Maryland. Thank you, ma'am, for your prompt response. God bless you. Have a blessed day." And I sent this. So after she didn't respond. So after a lot of phone calls, I kept calling. Eventually, she picked that call one day, and then let me share with you what she said. So after back and forth, calling, no picking, eventually she picked her call one day, and I said, okay, I explained to her. Okay, she said, okay, she will give me another email so that she will be able to see whatever I send. I think that the previous one was maybe their general office. So she now gave me another email address of which I sent the message as the Holy Spirit would allow me. And I told her that that's the much I can share on paper. A lot of them are very sensitive things that the bishop should hear himself. So I sent to her. Then later I kept calling her to follow up, schedule an appointment and all of that. And then she said, yeah, she saw, one day again she picked her call. She said she saw my email. She even read part of what I sent to her in part. Let me show you what I sent to her. Here we go. This is what I sent to her when she gave me the email, the different email that I should send the message to. And I wrote, Good morning, ma'am. How are you? We spoke on the phone last Friday. This was on October 30 that I sent this email to Beverly Robinson. And you gave me this email address to send the messages I have from the Lord to the bishop. Like I told you on the phone, I'm not able to put it all on paper due to the sensitivity of some of them. Please find attached. Have a blessed day. Thank you. This is, you can see the attachment there. So when she saw it, no response. I kept calling again, and eventually she picked that call one day, and I said, okay, I sent this also image. She said, yeah, she saw it, and she even read part of the email, the attachment. That attachment you see, I won't be able to open it. It's not like I cannot open, I mean, it's not, there are things that, I mean, at least just saw that I sent an attachment to her. The message, she said, yeah, she saw it, that I need to tell her details. I said, no. That is as much as the Holy Spirit will allow me, that this man has to hear these things himself. They are sensitive things. They are not what I can share with a third party. She said, okay. And then I'll call her again. Ma'am, please, can you? She said, Bishop is not taking appointments. If I don't tell her the details of those messages, then I cannot see the bishop. I said, okay, if that's how you want it, so be it. And subsequently, she blocked me on the phone. I can't reach her again. I'm not able to reach her again in any way. So 4 Wednesdays ago, on the 6th of November this month, on the 6th, I went to Dallas again. I went to Potter's house again. You know, remember I told you this woman had blocked me on the phone. So on the 6th of November this month, about almost 4 weeks now, I went to Potter's house, and I got to the entrance, and the security said that, do I have an appointment? I said no, but that I have spoken with Beverly Robinson on the phone. So the guard called her office, and I overheard the conversation. She was saying that because the guard told her, oh, there's a lady here from Maryland, this and that, this and that. She said yes, that I have spoken to that individual. That was how she referred to me. This woman has never seen me face to face before. She has spoken to that individual. She doesn't have an appointment. Send her away. So the guy said, he was sorry that, I mean, there's nothing he could do. I said, I understand. He even said, okay, I should go to the other side of the church to go and wait for my Uber. Whoever knows Potter's house will know how that place is. So I had to cross to the other side of the road to go wait there to wait for my Uber. Incidentally, the Uber man that picked me said he's a member of Potter's house, because I was like, how is church being operated like this? You can't even allow human being to enter the premises, and it's a church. Let's move on. This is Stephanie Ike Okafor. She's a Nigerian. She's a pastor. She's the one that is pastoring the church of the branch of Bishop T.D Jakes Church in Los Angeles. When I don't want to go into the other stories concerning the church, but the important thing I want you to know in this video is that this lady, Stephanie Ike, is the pastor of that church. She's a Nigerian. When I saw that Beverly Robinson blocked me on her phone, I tried to reach out to this lady. That okay, if I explain things to her, she could link me up with Sarah Jakes, Bishop's daughter, and from there I'll be able to, tell her the message and link to her father. I tried, if I was even planning to go to Los Angeles to see this lady. Let me show you the line of communication between me and her staff. You see, a lot of time, a lot of these people, they don't know what is going on around them. They don't know the kind of shield that is being, the kind of cage they are in, and their gatekeepers lock them in those cages and throw the keys away. So let me show you the line of conversation, emails back and forth between I and Stephanie Ike's staffs. Let's go. So this was January 5 this year. January 5 this year. You can see the day, January 5, 2024, 10:59 a.m. And I wrote to the church in LA with the hope that if they schedule an appointment for me to see Stephanie, then I'll be able from her to see Sarah and link to her father, Bishop T.D Jakes. And I wrote, "Good morning, my name is Itunu and I live in Maryland. Please, I would like to request to schedule an appointment with Pastor Stephanie Ike. I have a very important issue to discuss with her. Thank you and God bless." And then they respond, "Greetings. We hope this email finds you well. Currently, Pastor Stephanie is not taking appointment at this time. If you would like to meet with another associate pastor within the ministry, please let us know. Best regards." If you have pastors in churches and they don't take appointment, they don't see people, I'm still not getting that aspect. Okay, so who are they relating with? Again, they began to shield Stephanie too, right? So after a while, I called the office, and they pick they pick their own call. They pick their own calls. And then I said, okay, I will talk. And they said, okay, why am I looking? What is it that I wanted to see Stephanie for? And I said, okay, well, it has to do with a message I have for Bishop T.D Jakes, because they were insisting that they will schedule me to see another pastor. I don't need. This is the person I wanted to see. She's a Nigerian. She was the one that I feel we understand again, you know, my point of view. And they say, okay, for what? I say, okay, I've had some messages for Bishop T.D Jakes. I'm hoping that from her I'll be able to link Sarah. They said no. Sarah, that's the Bishop's daughter. They said no, that they don't have, their own church doesn't have anything to do with the LA church. Los Angeles church has nothing to do with the church in Dallas. I said, wow. Meanwhile, the name of their church is a Potter's House Church or something like that. Yeah, can you see it? Let me show you. Yeah, I didn't want to go into the details of their church, but now it is a branch. You can see at the end of that, at the bottom, you can see a Potter's House Church. It is a branch. Anyway, let me just, so that because not everybody knows this story. Sarah's husband was the owner of this church before he married Sarah. That's Bishop T.D Jakes' daughter. So when they married, this church became a branch of Potter's House. It's as simple as that. So they told me that no, they are not part of Potter's House. That was the end of that one. So I'm just trying to show you all the moves I made to see Bishop T.D Jakes. So after all that, after all these things that I've just shown you, I contacted someone in Nigeria. In fact, two people. One, Pauladefarasin's church member, to help me get his phone number, because he prided himself to be Bishop T.D Jakes' son. So I begged the person to help me get his number. This is Pauladefarasin and Bishop T.D Jakes. But the person couldn't get the number, so I contacted a senior colleague of mine. He's elderly, he's senior, he's a journalist. I said, because journalist is only the information we don't want to get, that we don't look for. I said, Egmont, please, bros, I need the phone number of Paul Adefarasin. There is an issue on ground, there's something important. I didn't even tell him anything, because I can't be telling people the messages I have for an individual is for them alone. And that's what I told is a special assistant. I don't know what's special about assisting somebody that you cannot pass information to that person. So I contacted the bros. He's in Ibadan. I said, please, I need you to help me get. He said I should give him 3 days, and in 3 days he got, he made contact. He got Paul Adefarasin's number, and he said he will not call him from Ibadan. Let him go to Lagos, so that in case if Paul say, oh, can I see you, come, let's talk, because don't talk, you can be talking on the phone. It will not be that, oh, I'm in Ibadan and all of that. We just take a cab and go straight to him, to his church or wherever they agree to meet. I mean, that was what we thought. So I now sent money to the because he's retired. I sent 100,000 to him. Yes, because I knew he will live, he will stay in hotel and all of that. I wanted him to be comfortable, because this message I have for this bishop is very important, very germane. So he went, he called. The annoyance of Paul was that he got his number. How did he get his number? So you are going to that bros recorded their conversation. You are going to hear it. It was me that did not record, because I was so shocked to record. All right, and like I said, then I don't record people. So when the bros sent me the recording of what is what Paul said, which I will play shortly, that you will hear yourself.
On behalf of somebody, it's not anything to do with journalism.
I listen to you. I don't particularly take kindly to calls that people make to me, and that I haven't given my private phone number.
I'm just sorry.
I'm sure that being a gentleman yourself, you understand that. It's just common courtesy and simple etiquette.
I'm so sorry about that. Probably I would have sent a message before calling.
No, the protocol is that I came to visit your house. I wouldn't jump over the wall or come through the window. There's a normal protocol for that. I think it is a little presumptuous, but I think it's a good habit to observe. It's called decency.
Oh.
However, since you do have me on the phone and I have the privilege or the pleasure of talking with you, I have a minute.
Okay, sir. I have a sister that is based in the US, and he wants to have one-on-one discussion with you. And he has asked me if there's a way he can reach you, but I didn't want to give her your number without your consent.
Well, you don't have the consent to have my number, let alone to give it to somebody else. And I think that it's easy to find the telephone number to House on the Rock, and you can call the PABX or one of the office numbers they're posted online and ask to speak to my executive assistant or my personal assistant. And they can arrange for me or somebody that works for me to have a conversation with your sister.
All right, sir.
Yeah, as you know, there are reasons for that well premised. I have no ID for you at all. I have no idea that you are who you say you are. And there's still the protocol again. If I came to your house, I wouldn't come through the roof or window. I'd follow the pathway. And normally that would be a gate, a doorbell, and I need to have an appointment. I'm sure you recognize that.
Yes, I do.
So he would have, it's to protect us.
I can understand.
I'm very appreciative of that. The reason why I took the call is you command the language well, seem like a decent person. I thought it would be an opportunity to get mutual education.
I'm so sorry I have to jump the protocol. I'm so sorry. But I've tried to see if I can get any of your 8 number through House on the Rock, but there's no number in there.
Well, there's a PABX. If you look at the website, you find the PABX.
I gave excuses for pauladefarasin. I said, well, this is what you should expect, because you'll be wondering that how did you get his number and all of that. I said the downside for me now is that I won't be able to call him, because you'll be thinking that his number has circulated all over the place. But in any case, I still reach out to him at a later date. And so on July 26, I sent this message to pauladefarasin. Let me read. I said, good morning, sir. I trust the Lord that you are doing great. My name is Itunu, sir. The Lord directed I contact you on a message that needed to be passed to Bishop T.D Jakes. He is about to begin a remarkable move in which he needs the involvement of the bishop. As I frame it, please, sir, let me know when it's convenient for you so I can call. I live in Maryland. There is also an email I would like to forward to you on the same matter. It's a 2-minute read. Thank you for your time, sir. God bless you. Was that bad? He responded immediately. He wrote, this is pauladefarasin's text. He wrote, regrettably, we don't know you, sir. The term the Lord told me is subjective. I don't receive correspondences from people who I don't know except through the required protocols. Kindly call. He gave some number extension. There are landlines extension, blah blah blah. So I replied, and he said, I've not even replied. He continued. He said, thank you. Kindly please don't call my number again. I've not even called him, as I don't know you, nor did I never give you my number. Bishop has a secretary. If you want to reach him, call his office. Before I could even read this message, he called me. Pauladefarasin called me. So I was he said, so though he began to abuse me on the phone, I was too shocked to put it on record, and that was my regret today. That's the only thing I regretted. You will have heard pauladefarasin. He called me a thief. He said I'm an impostor. He said I'm what other name did he not use? He said I'm a liar and all of that. I said, sir, just listen to me. He said, don't call my number again. He was so angry that I got his number. I said, I was so shocked. Honestly, I was transfixed. So I couldn't even. I wish I recorded that thing. My only joy is that pauladefarasin isn't my first encounter with a pastor. If it was, nobody would have been able to win me for Christ. Because if I'm a thief, an impostor, a liar, and all the names he called me, if I'm that, and I encounter you as a pastor, as a man of God, shouldn't the way you interacted with me change me? I mean, the way you interact with me, shouldn't it make me think that, the way this pastor interacted with me, I better stop being a thief. I better stop being an impostor. He called me a fraud. I better stop being a fraud. He said Bishop has his own prophets. Who are you? That you said the Lord sent you to him. Who are you? He has his own. I said, sir, sir, I don't know. I said, sir, it is you get to begin to know people from one day. He said, I don't even know my wife. that my wife that I've married for the past 29 years, Pauladefarasin, yes. He said, I don't even know her. Who are you? Don't call. In fact, he said, in fact, I'm going to block this number. Okay, so he ended the call. That was then. But yesterday, so I think he blocked me. So something happened recently, and I sent a message to him through somebody's line because he must have blocked me. I sent the message to that person to send it to him. Yeah. Yesterday again, when Bishop collapsed, because what God told me since about 4 years, I sent a message to that person again. I said to forward it to Pauladefarasin. I said, dear pastor, I thought that you are doing well. By now, you must have heard about what happened during service today. That was yesterday at the potter's house. After all, you are his son. I put the son on inverted comma. I had precautionary message for this man, but you abuse me that he has his own prophets, and that who am I that the Lord will send me to him? Anyway, let's continue to pray for him. Have a blessed week. That was what I sent through somebody else's number to him yesterday, to Pauladefarasin yesterday. So when people are in this kind of position, and people around them, they only work to pay their bills. That was what I discussed this with 2 pastors in Maryland. One a black American pastor, one a Nigerian pastor. I talked to them. I said, that was some months back, and they were like, the bubbles around these people. We'll keep praying. We'll keep praying. So when people of their status don't have the people with the Spirit of God, people with spirit of discernment to be able to know anything, they are just Beverly Robinson, for instance, she's just there for her paycheck. And if people like Bishop T.D Jakes doesn't have at least the first 5 people around him to be people that are discernment, that have the gift of the Spirit, that will be able to know, that will be able to see things, then it is very dangerous. If all they are all about is money, base money, it's unfortunate. I will mail letters before I began to take move to go to Dallas. During COVID, I was posting letter, I was mailing letters, I was sending email. There was no response. I even said, if I had the opportunity to meet Bishop, the first thing I would tell, look, sir, your communication department, revamp it. Nobody respond to correspondence. That's dangerous. That was the first thing I wanted to even tell him as an advice. How can you send email? How can you mail letters to Potter's House and nobody will respond? But they will. Because I told you, I used to be a partner of the place, because I started following Bishop T.D Jakes 2006. I was in China then when I saw his message for the first time. 2006, yes. So I began to be a partner. They will mail letters to you. Yeah, they can do that. They will. In fact, I've trashed a lot of letters they mail to me from Potter's House, because you are there. You contribute to them. They can do that. But how can you not have a communication department that will respond to people's messages, letters, emails? How can you have people around you that are not discernment in the Spirit, that they are just working in order to make a living in a church? How can somebody go to a church and you are treated like as if the place is a factory? That okay, the CEO is not you can't say the CEO. A church, we said it's a church. Like I said, the last time I was in Potter's House was November 6th. That was about 3 weeks ago. So we will continue to pray for this man. Please give this video a thumbs up. The essence of that is that YouTube will suggest it to others, because I actually want this video to reach where it's supposed to get, the places it's supposed to get to. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We continue to pray for him, but my take on this is that if anything happens to Bishop T.D Jakes at this time, his blood will be on the head of all these people I've mentioned. Yes, because they shielded him from hearing, they shielded him from taking precautions, they shielded him from the truth. All these prophets pauladefarasin referred to, a lot of them, they are with him just to earn a living. Yes, they are with these people, they are around these people in order to feed, in order for to have their checks coming. Because if Bishop T.D Jakes has a prophet like Elijah around him, someone who will tell, or Isaiah, someone who will tell you to your face, and this is the mind of God. I don't need your money. Beverly Robinson asked me on the phone, what do you want the bishop to do for you? I said, nothing. I'm not asking the bishop to do anything for me. I have messages for him from the Lord that I need to tell him. He said, well, if you cannot tell me the details, we won't see him. Some people are seeing him now, right? These daughters will be seeing him, right? All right, you will let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to talk to you again very soon. Thank you so much. God bless you.